Now, whoever does release those concept photos better run because Feige is coming. Now, for those of you who don't know, the comic book community has been in a major uproar today because some set concept photos have just leaked on the new Avengers Doomsday movie. And I have to say, they look freaking incredible. Now, before we get right into it, let me just start by saying, hey, it's Keith here. And if you're not familiar, I talk about everything dealing with comics, Star Wars, gaming, all right here in this channel. So if you love anything nerdy, then this is the place for you. And feel free to not only check out the rest of this video, but some of my most recent videos as well. I promise it'll be worth the watch. But let's get back to the reason why you're all here, and that is Avengers Doomsday. Now, the first concept photo I want to talk about has to be this awesome image of Doctor Doom sitting in his throne room of what I'm assuming is Latveria. Now, if you don't know by now, the plan is, from what we know, is that Doctor Doom is going to be played by Robert Downey Jr., who is, of course, Iron Man. Now, this has a lot of people excited, confused, or just kind of like in the middle. For me personally, I'm definitely in that middle range. Doctor Doom is my favorite villain of all time. So I want him to be done properly, and having him done by Tony Stark or Robert Downey Jr. of all characters is definitely a bold and interesting choice, but I can't complain about it. I mean, let's just see how the movie is, and if it's good, and I won't complain. But with this image, it looks freaking incredible. This is exactly how I want Doctor Doom to look in the MCU. Now, we've had some Doctor Doom appearances in some previous films, and let's just say those haven't really been up to par. But this, if done properly, is going to be an incredible display of how awesome and gruesome he looks as a character. And let's just talk about the whole Tony Stark element of the character. From what I've been hearing, the concept art has been referring to him as Doomsday, not as Doctor Doom, which is kind of strange, either implying that that's just something they're using for the art themselves, or that this is actually going to be, like a lot of people suspected, a variant of Doctor Doom out there going by the name of Doomsday. I guess we'll have to wait until the movie gets closer to production for us to find out more, but either way, I'm really interested just off of this image alone. Now, the next image I want to talk about has to be the one of this Black Panther here, and it also looks really good. I've been seeing a lot of people suspecting that this may be T'Challa, but I've also heard some rumblings around that this may be his grandfather, T'Chanda. And either way, I'm very interested. I would love to see more Black Panther, of course, because of the tragedy that happened with Chadwick Boseman, that they've been pretty hesitant with, showing a lot of the character, even though his sister Shuri has taken up the mantle in the previous film. But I like to keep the legacy alive, and I would love to see Black Panther back on the big screen. And whether that's T'Chanda or T'Challa, I feel like it's right that the character has their time back as a main member of the Avengers. And what better way to introduce him with Doctor Doom as his adversary? That's going to be an interesting matchup. I want to also talk about another image here. We have of the Fantastic Four all together teaming up in what seems to be some sort of makeshift car made by Invisible Woman. Now, this, of course, is just a cool image of the Fantastic Four. We can't have Doctor Doom without Reed Richards, but the Fantastic Four is a necessary part of this movie. And of course, we have the Fantastic Four movie releasing this summer. So it really just all ties in together and kind of confirms that the Fantastic Four will have a major role within this film. Not only does Doctor Doom have a strange relationship with Reed Richards, but his wife, Sue Storm, as well. And another concept image here, we see Doctor Doom again on his throne, but this time he's not alone in his throne room. We also see Doctor Strange is there as well, sort of like an advisor or as like a right hand man, which that looks really cool. And next to him, if you look to the right, you'll also see that we have Sue Storm and possibly Franklin Richards there. Franklin Richards is, of course, the son of Sue and Reed Richards, and he has insane abilities. And I would love to see if they're going to incorporate that at all into this movie, or if he's just going to be some version of Doctor Doom's son. Either way, that will be an amazing concept that I can't wait to see more of. And if you're someone like me who wants more Hulk in the MCU, well, look no further because it seems like Hulk and She-Hulk and Scar are going to all have their own version of World War Hulk or Planet Hulk in this movie. And I cannot wait. Hulk has been one of the major letdowns of the MCU for me, unfortunately. However, I don't think the character's story is just done. Of course, recently we just got President Ross as the Red Hulk. And I thought that was awesome. So I love to see more Hulk in this movie. And it kind of gives vibes of like a battle world type of environment. If you've noticed in these concept images so far, it all seems medieval. If you know anything about Secret Wars, well, Battle World is a major part of that as well. And I wouldn't be surprised if this is why all these characters are in these strange locations. They've all been brought into this new world of a sense, that's being controlled and manipulated by Doctor Doom. We also have concept art of Peter Quill, and we have Vision alongside him, which is a unlikely duo I never thought we would be seeing. Now, this could be concept footage for Doomsday, but also it could even be something for Vision. He has his own show coming up soon. And I wouldn't be surprised if he now meets up with Star-Lord somehow, who is on Earth and is a retired member of the Guardians of the Galaxy, if you've seen the last movie. So wouldn't be surprised if those two somehow end up together. And I think that'd be a pretty cool dynamic. Alongside that, we also have a version of Ultron out there that's pretty interesting. Now, this one, I don't have a lot of information on, but it seems to be some sort of female version of Ultron, which I wouldn't be surprised as a main villain in the new Vision TV series. So that is definitely something I'm looking forward to the most. Ultron is probably my second favorite MCU villain, right behind Thanos, and I would love to get some more of either that character or a character that's very similar to kind of carry on the mantle. Either way, I'm definitely excited. And speaking of Peter Quill, not only do we have another image of him as well, we also have him alongside Wong and a few others in what seems to be a Young Avengers film. Next to them, you have, of course, the up and coming new Hawkeye. You have the daughter of Ant Man, and you have the two twins, Wanda, Speed, and Woken, and then you have, of course, Ms. Marvel, who all of which seem to be in some sort of group and all together teaming up to face some new threat. I have been hearing rumblings about a Young Avengers TV show, which I think is going to be pretty interesting. Unfortunately, a lot of these characters don't have a lot of namesake in the MCU outside of their respective shows. I mean, to be fair, a lot of those shows and movies that they're in didn't really perform that well. I'm interested to see if Marvel is going to even continue going forward with the Young Avengers movie. Either way, I would love to see more of these characters. Just because they had, rough starts doesn't mean that they have to stay that way. So I would love to see these characters fully fleshed out in something new. But that's it for all the concept art out there. No people are saying that these are leaks, but honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if Marvel had their hands in this. This seems like something that will, of course, be the talk of the town. Everyone is talking about this right now on social media, and is definitely getting the audience engaged as the movie isn't even nearly out. So I think Marvel know what they're doing. So I'm really looking forward to seeing not only this movie, but it has me really excited for the next upcoming movies like Thunderbolts and the Fantastic Four. So either way, I'm super excited. And how are you feeling about the new Doomsday movie? Are you excited? How you feel about Robert Downey Jr. coming back as Doctor Doom so far? Either way, I'd love to get your opinions. So go ahead and comment down below because the MCU has been on a great stride so far. And let's see if they can keep it up. And thanks for watching.